There's a huge shift of power moving from the west to the east. They're playing chess while we're simply playing checkers. It's not ironic that so many countries involved in the BRICS nations are piling up all the gold, silver, and critical resources, draining the West and leaving us empty-handed, simply at the mercy of our enemies. Let's dive deep into China's strategic silver takeover, a calculated move to drain the West. The worst part about this is just the beginning, and things are about to get a lot more messy. My question to you is, are you ready? And more importantly, what are you doing about it?
Connection established.
A very interesting and important article came out yesterday, August 21st, titled China's Strategic Silver Takeover, a Calculated Move to Drain the West. China hoarding silver priced 10% higher than the West. Secret weapon or economic warfare. A little later into this video, I'll dive into what that exactly means. But first, if you want updated on a daily basis of what's happening around the world and how it affects the price of precious metals, then you need to subscribe. I will also be doing a huge silver giveaway on this channel very soon. But if you don't want to wait or you want to enter two different giveaways, well, there's another one happening in 8 days on August 30th. Whoever guesses or is closest to guessing silver's closing spot price on Friday, August 30th wins, but the last day to enter is the 24th on Saturday. So go over to the Secret Silver Society and enter that giveaway as well. Links in the description or the pinned comment. And like I say, with every single giveaway I've been doing for 10 years on this channel, may the luckiest stacker win. All right, folks, now let's jump into this article. While I'm talking, I'm going to be showing some statistics just so you guys simply understand what is happening. This is a real takeover. The numbers do not lie, and it's only getting worse. We're going to be talking about China's strategic silver takeover, a calculated move to drain the West. China hoarding silver prices 10% higher than the West, a secret weapon or economic warfare. That is the article we're going to be reviewing in this video. I will post a link in the description. A hidden war for economic dominance. While the world has been focused on geopolitical tensions between China and the West, a more subtle battle has been unfolding in the global financial markets. China, through a series of calculated moves, has been quietly accumulating vast quantities of gold and silver. This move has signaled a potential shift in the global economic landscape and highlights the developing countries' need for exorbitant amounts of resources. And we're going to continue to see this. China, Russia, India, all these countries are buying boatloads of silver and gold, but specifically silver is an interesting one, and that shows its true value. Most times if you see a country or even banks mention precious metals, they'll talk about gold, because gold is basically what wealth is, determining a country to country's I guess power. I guess you could put it that way. Like, we determine a country's wealth on how much gold they have, not how many dollars they print off. So it's always in terms of gold, but recently we've been seeing even more silver and showing silver's importance as a valuable resource for energy, for military, and many other applications. So silver, China's secret weapon. In addition to its gold hoarding, China has also been strategically increasing its silver reserves. The Shanghai Metals Exchange has seen a significant surge in silver trading volume, with prices consistently higher than those on Western exchanges. This suggests that China may be deliberately driving up the price of silver to drain the West's resources, and that is exactly what they are doing. In 2023, China reportedly had a silver reserve of 71,000 metric tons, second only to the silver-producing powerhouse country of Peru. And that's a huge one. Mexico and Peru are the two biggest. I mean, China, you could also throw in there. I just made a video about Mexico yesterday. If you guys want to check out theirs, where they're trying to nationalize silver and how important that is, go check out that video. But regardless, this boasted 98,000 metric tons in reserve. The U.S. came seventh on the list of top silver reserves, with a stockpile of 23,000 metric tons behind Poland 65,000, Russia 45,000, and Australia 27,000, Chile 26,000. So here's silver's price in China as of today, $32 an ounce. August 21st, here is the reports. And you guys can check out, if you guys want to see the Shanghai gold exchanges or prices or what the premiums are on top of silvers. It's very interesting. It's usually about $4 higher. And I do think that gap will get bigger. The implications for the West. The rising price of silver could have significant implications for Western economies, particularly those that rely heavily on industrial metals. If the price of silver continues to rise, it could increase production costs for a wide range of industries, from electronics to solar panels. This could lead to higher consumer prices and a further slowdown of economic growth as China outproduces the West in electronics and solar panels. You can see with silver being so useful and China already making all these products, it makes a lot of sense, and it also is going to be even worse for those in countries like the United States that are already at the mercy of countries like China. So the growing demand for silver. China is leading the way in solar production, to the point a recent Bloomberg article claimed they are producing more panels than can be put to use. Bloomberg reported in May that China's silver imports reached a 3-year high of 390 tons in December and 340 tons in April. The monthly 5-year average is 310 tons. Reports have shown China has produced so many solar panels that some Chinese citizens have put them to use as garden fences. About 80% of all panels made in the world originate from China. That is insane. China's importing appetite. Silver imports are notably increasing under Chinese President Xi Jinping, and most recently have spiked in June and July, with both months surpassing net imports of more than 400 tons. Last year at this time, the net importing of silver into China did not surpass even 200 tons. So you can see this climbing demand, this climbing consumption of silver, and it's only going to get worse. We're about 800 million ounces in the red the last 4 years alone. I showed a chart yesterday that was staggering. We're talking about 255 million ounce deficit this year, 190 million ounce deficit last year. It is only getting worse, and there's only so much silver to go around. This same article, or I guess this same website, posted an article last week saying that all the silver could be consumed by 2025. U.S. President Joe Biden and his administration slammed China's trade practices in a memo released in May, claiming its overmanufacturing of solar equipment is harming the West. And I quote, the U.S. Trade Representative, the Department of Energy, and the Department of Commerce will closely monitor import patterns to ensure the U.S. market does not become oversaturated, and will explore all available measures to take action against unfair practices, end quote, the memo states. India's growing demand. India has also been a major buyer of silver, importing significant quantities from the West in recent years. India's recent decision to reduce its import duty on silver will further increase its demand for the metal. And think about that as well, along with a country like Mexico nationalizing silver, rightfully claiming the silver that's on their own land. There's a lot happening, and when this wouldn't matter as much if we weren't talking about something that is as valuable and as needed and as scarce as silver. That's the whole point of this, right? A lot of people aren't looking at the end result or the aftermath or the consequences of what this leads to. A potential for a silver squeeze. Analysts warn that the growing demand for silver, coupled with the limited supply, which I was just mentioning, could lead to a silver squeeze, similar to the silver squeeze of 1980, which pushed the price to the highest price it's ever been till this day, $50, which is from the Hunt brothers buying up all the silver on the COMEX and turning it into physical delivery for themselves, forcefully showing the facade of the COMEX that we don't have as much physical silver as there is paper silver. And that's how they're able to suppress the price and give this facade of all this digital or paper silver out there when there's clearly not that much. And that's exactly what the Hunt brothers did. They squeezed the market, forced the hand, and pushed the price to $50. It would have kept going higher, but the government banned silver on the spot, forcing the Hunt brothers to sell it all. Actually, you couldn't buy silver at all. It was called Silver Rule 7. You literally could not buy silver on the COMEX. You had to sell it, and you had to sell it to the Federal Reserve. They banned it on the spot, and that's what shot the price back down, or it would have kept going higher. Its natural value was starting to shine. If investors begin to panic rush to buy silver, the price could skyrocket, causing significant disruptions to the global economy. And not only just investors. Think of big tech. Think of people like Elon Musk that need silver for Tesla and SpaceX. Think of Apple. Think of countries that or not countries, but companies that need a lot of silver to make their product. They can't continue to make the newest, latest iPhone if they can't even get their hands on the silver in the first place. Screw the price. They'll be willing to pay any price. The producers will turn into consumers, and vice versa. People like you and I that want it, we just want it. We don't need it. We don't own Apple. We don't have to keep producing iPhones or Teslas or whatever. They do. So whoever holds the silver will be able to set the price. Because mining innovation, not really happening much. It's getting harder to find silver. Actually, production's been drastically slowing down over the last 6 years, and demand's rising. So we're going to enter a situation where silver's needed. It's not like, okay, well, we can just go without it and the price won't do anything, because there's only so much, and it's getting harder to find, and there's less and less of it. Like I said, this site actually posted an article last week. Industrial demand might consume the entire silver market by 2025. Experts warn that surging industrial and military demand for silver could deplete inventories by 2025, driving price volatility and supply chain strains, right? And when people try to make big claims like this, you have to prove it up with data. And if you look at the data, the numbers do not lie. And these are experts warning. These aren't people on YouTube just speculating. Inventories are on the brink of depletion by 2025, driven by surging industrial demand, especially when you look at military and aerospace. Those are bigger sectors than solar alone, but solar is the biggest sector on paper via the Silver Institute's numbers, but there's a lot more silver needed other places as well. So when you think about that on top of everything else, the picture gets pretty gruesome, pretty dark, right? So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here, folks. Remember, if you guys wanted to go enter that contest, it's going to be in 8 days, but you only have 2 more days to enter, so hurry up and jump on that. And also make sure to subscribe. If you guys wanted to purchase some gold or silver or platinum, you can email me, slayer@milesfranklin.com, or call me 330-485-6172. I'll try to answer the phone on the spot. If I don't, I'll call you back. But we have great prices for a lot of different stuff, lots of different types of bars, coins, anything you could think of, we have it for a great price. Make sure you subscribe, check out this article, shout out to the Jerusalem Post, and also shout out to you all. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys tomorrow. Go check out my last video as well, Mexico nationalizing silver, that I posted yesterday. Peace.